do you believe in power of intuition? Have you listened to your intuition? And is it your day-to-day tools that you apply in your life and also for your business? This interview that was recorded 5 years ago talks about power of intuition. Following my intuition, I created the event Magical Creators Live. And in this interview that was recorded 5 years ago, I'm telling how I developed my intuitive skills, whether intuition can be used with social media and how it can be applied. We talk about also some resistance that happens to people being visible online. And also the story, how Magical Creators Live came to life. It was very enjoyable for me to watch myself and just remembering all those emotions. And I'm also doing a little commentary snippets throughout the interview to give you more context of what is happening now, 5 years later, when in November, we will be doing our 8th event. 5 years ago, it was very first event. So the interview took place just before the event. And I really enjoyed myself to watching this interview, but I would love you to watch it if you attended the event, or maybe you never heard of it, but this will spark your curiosity. This video is not about you need to come to the event. This video is a reminder that you have a powerful tool available to you. It's your intuition. It's just a matter of developing it. It's just a matter of trusting your inner voice and following through, taking action, whatever those action steps are for you. It doesn't need to be attend the event, but if you come to the event, I would love to meet you in person. Please do like and share this video and leave a comment. What this conversation sparked for you? Like, tell about your intuitive insights, like when intuition helped you. So enjoy and hope to see you at the event.
Hello everybody, I would love to introduce you to a friend of mine who has been very helpful to my social media sort of journey. And the reason why I want to introduce you is because Inga is a very knowledgeable social media expert and a coach, but she calls herself intuitive. Inga is going to talk to you about who she is and what she does and why she could be maybe instrumental. Yes, Inga, you look very pretty.
Thank you. Just making sure.
Yes.
Let me stop you here and give a context of what was happening back then when we recorded this video. It was 2019, September. My daughter was at hospital and we didn't know whether everything would go back to normal. Doctors couldn't give me guarantees. They said that they follow protocol, but they wouldn't know the outcome. And it's only my faith in that everything would work out, working with healers that were in my community and who also were attending Magical Creators Live event. They did meditations, they did healing sessions, and I was getting reassuring messages that everything would be fine with my daughter. And it's only that belief helped me to go through the horrendous time. I think it was one of my most challenging times in my life, and I needed to prepare for the event because tickets were already sold out by that date, and event needed to happen, and miraculously everything worked out fantastic.
Why she could be instrumental with your social media journey. And let me tell you about why I actually like Inga very much. First of all, I've met Inga probably at the beginning of this year, no, the end of last year. And I sent a message to one of my friends and I said, hey, do you know a social media expert who can help me with this, this, and this, and this, but who is very gentle about this? And it's not, who's not aggressive, who's very intuitive. And she said, yeah, absolutely.
you need to speak to Inga, which I've done. And I really liked her approach. So, and Inga, thank you very much for helping me. So before we talk about your event, I want to ask you, why did you call yourself Intuitive Social Media Coach? Why intuitive?
Okay, so thank you for having me, and I'm so glad that we met and we worked together. So it was very magical for me and instrumental in my life, as we will talk about it later. But why intuitive? So before I started calling myself intuitive, I was helping with social media. And around 2016, when I had like the roughest business year in my life, when I was almost ready to close down everything and going
Wow.
and look for a job, it was a very painful period. And in order to find the solution, to find the way out, I turned into meditation. And somehow, through pain, through meditation, my intuition opened up. I was intuitive before, like I could feel something, but I never felt it like that. So what happened to me, the whole like an outline for new services came out. The whole like I needed just record it, and it was something new to me, and it was very easy.
Wow. And do you coach people intuitively? And can social media be intuitive?
Absolutely. So how it started as well, I have done a lot of Facebook page reviews when I looked at somebody's Facebook page, and I can understand, even without looking at the data, I can understand what may work for that page and what may not. Pages in French, in I think it was in Swedish. I don't speak those languages, but I could pinpoint what was wrong even without it. And intuition and social media works in a way. So, well, social media is not a separate part of our businesses, it's an integral part. So it doesn't work separately from what you do. And I also tell my followers and my clients that social media works like a magnifying glass. It will enhance what works in your business, and it works as a way around as well, and what doesn't. So it needs to be put together. And when we use intuition in social media, is about tuning in what kind of messages people need to hear. Because it may work against all odds, like against all the algorithm and so on. If you tune in and you follow the nudges and you aligned in general in what you're doing, social media works for you.
Mm-hmm. And you know, sometimes I'm observing people who say to me, "Oh God, I really hate all this live business. I don't like what we're taking videos of myself, but my coach tells me I have to do this to get anywhere." And they copy others, they follow instructions. What do you think is the truth? Do we have to learn how to do lives? Or maybe there is too many lives out there? And do you think there is one way for everybody, or would you recommend to take a different path for people's businesses to work?
Sure, thank you. So first of all, when we do live, and for those people who don't feel that they like how they look on camera, or how they appear, or how they sound, you need to remember, being live, it's not about you. It's not about how you look or sound. It's about the message that you have to share. And those lives are needed for people you meant to serve. And that's why, so one of the tips, which is not that gentle, but it's very straightforward, people need to get over themselves. So it's not about them. So it's about serving. And you know, and it also works like a perfect filter. If somebody doesn't like how you look or sound or whatever, they can make a very quick decision that they are not going to work with you. So that's fine. They are not your client, and they are self-qualified. So job done. So you can start easier in terms of the some templates how to start your videos. It can be some like a common sense solutions that you start introducing your topic, because it's again about them, not about you. And then you introduce yourself, and then you have a conversation. So I don't think there are too many lives, because people like live video exactly because they connect with your soul. It doesn't matter how you look, but your energy will come through. And if you feel maybe unwilling to share, or you feel that you don't want to, the energy will come across and people will pick up on it. The only way how to get better on Facebook Lives or Instagram Lives is by doing them very often. Even if you start by 7 days in a row, and start with, today is a good day, today is Wednesday, usually on Wednesdays I eat my porridge. Even if it's silly like that, and then you say, thank you for watching, goodbye. On Thursday, you can say, today is Thursday, and I wanted to show you how I spent my Thursdays. Okay, it may not be of interest to people, but it will allow you to get familiar with the platform, and just to be okay, be more comfortable. Let's say if you can share if you're in a beautiful place, and it's for people who still don't get over themselves and don't want to show the face. Okay, you attend a beautiful building or venue, or beautiful landscape. Share it, put the camera away from you, and just share that beauty.
Yes.
You know, or your morning routines that help you to get productivity, and then you can talk about your tips as well.
That's it. So it's really
So
about
anything.
creating relationship with people and including them in your life, and showing, look, this is what I'm doing, this is where I am, and people sort of get interested and they follow your kind of life. But it's also doing things often. I mean, me being very passionate about helping people to turn their fear into success, I always say, yes, you can do lots of different exercises to reduce your fear, but the biggest and the most powerful thing that you can do is just do it. You know, when people are scared of driving, they keep on driving, they lose the fear of driving, they scared of public speaking, and after a few times they just get used to it. I remember when I joined Toastmasters, in the beginning, yes, I was really uncomfortable about public speaking, but after doing this every week for many months, it's almost like a second skin. You know, you don't think about it, you jump on stage and you speak. So social media can change your life if you get over your fear, if you understand what people need, if you stop being selfish, get over yourself, and learn a few little tips and techniques. So here comes the point. Inga, you have decided to run a live event, your first live event, I believe, in social media. So tell us, first of all, what the event is and why you have decided to run it.
Okay, so the event called Magical Creators Live. So Magical Creators because I run a membership group called Magical Creators, and I'm very comfortable online. I can, you know, live with my computer wherever I go. I can take my laptop and I can do webinars, I can do live streams, I can run all my courses online, and it's a very convenient. And also what I perceived that I'm visible enough because I do live streams, I appear on social media, I considered myself visible. But then it happens that you invited me to your event and you did a very interesting exercise. Don't remember now the details, but you chose me to demo the exercise and then explaining the things that I was thinking about. And then you mentioned that visibility, and I thought it's interesting, I'm kind of visible enough. And then you mentioned the live event. Before that, I didn't plan to do any live event whatsoever, because prior to my social media career, it was my biggest disappointment back then, because I organized a live meetup, 17 people booked. It was free event, 17 people booked, and none of them turned up, like none of
Terrible.
them. And it created like an internal scar for me. I never wanted to experience this feeling that you prepare for the event and nobody shows up. Well, it worked well for me because I turned the presentation for the event, I turned into ebook, and this is actually how it started my online courses. But I disregarded live events because of that. And then you planted that seed about live events. So I thought, okay, maybe yes, I need to think about it. Like I became open to the idea. But I thought 2020.
Listening back now to this moment where I shared that I was resisting in the beginning to do event in 2019, and I'm so happy that I overcame my resistance, my fear, and listened to my intuition, because now I know that in 2020 I couldn't do my live event. It was banned in terms, it was forbidden to do any live events. And my second event that was supposed to happen in May 2020 was cancelled by the venue because it was government's orders, and live events resumed only in 2021, end of 2021. The first event took place in 2019 in person. Then we did a couple of events online. They were equally powerful. And only in 2022, we could do the next in-person event. It proves that when you have this nudge, that inner knowing that tells you, do this now. Yes, you're scared. Yes, you're unsure. Yes, you resist that visibility. It takes you outside your comfort zone. So what? You have this higher calling, you need to listen to it. And by the way, I would like you to go to the Magical Creators website, magicalcreators.live, feel into whether you feel that calling, that you need to be in the room, and only
Then few months later in March, one of my clients, she is a channeled, she channels messages from spirit, very similar how Esther Hicks does. And she will be at the event as well, and she will do channeled messages for the whole group. But she mentions that event again, and she didn't know about our encounter around the event. And she started talking about the necessity of doing that event, that people are waiting, and this event should be this year. So I heard the message loud and clear, and then I decided, okay, I will do this event this year.
the lady that I mentioned in my conversation with Gosha, her name is Olwen Jennings. She is my personal intuition trainer, and she did channeled messages in the group for the first time publicly, because I do believe she's UK's answer to Esther Hicks. And currently, Olwen combines her channeled energies, working with spirit guides, and also legal help for women who go through challenging divorces. She is a lawyer, she has her license, she can consult on legal matters as well, but it's more about moral support, is in preparation how to work with lawyers. She gives such a support to women who go through challenging times. I will put the link to Olwen's website, so reach out to her. And I'm so proud of that. Attendees who come to the event, they find their way and they grow, they are transformed. So Olwen was also one of the speakers at the following events. Marina Beach, who has become our core speaker, she attended event in 2019 for the first time. It was her first experience with Magical Creators, and she not only became speaker at Magical Creators, but she's now frequent speaker at other events. It's amazing to watch her trajectory of development, how her business flourishes, how amazing she is. It's like, this is why I wanted to do this event. This is why the event wanted to happen, just for this reason alone. And if you want to experience Marina's magic, do come to the event. It's truly, truly amazing, even if I say myself.
Okay, so you see, there we go. So I'm sorry for planting the seed, and now you have to go and work hard to make it happen. So Inga, tell us, if there's few people watching this now and they sitting and watching it and they go, well, like, why should I come? Can I ask you to give us 3 most important things? Why do you think people should join us? What are the benefits, but also who is it for?
Okay, so let me start. Who is it for? And by the way, just to come back around the hard work, funnily enough, it was easy because I was shown the steps and I was getting help. I felt such a support from the higher forces. It's unbelievable. This event wanted to happen. Who is this for? So it's for business entrepreneurs, business owners, and it doesn't matter where you are in your business. It can be your like a part-time occupation, maybe just a hobby, but you decided that it's your time to take it to the next level. And so, as I said, it doesn't matter where you start, but you decided that it's time to take it up a notch.
Okay.
And then, so the way how I put together speakers and topics is to take through the whole transformational process. So it will be experiential and it will be hands-on. So it's very practical. It's not about listening to the lecture, take notes. It will be hands-on. So by the end of the event, people will get like a roadmap. So you will know what to do on Sunday in order to take your business to the next level. What I've noticed that I want to be an attendee at my event. I want to go myself through the whole process. So, and
Yes.
That's why I believe that it's going to be a very powerful event.
This is still true. I want to go to my own events. Every time I work on agenda, I test it. If I want to attend the event myself, it's a good sign. And also what happens, the moment the speaker steps away from the stage, they become attendees and they are transformed as well. This event has changed our lives, the speakers, not just attendees, but speakers are looking forward to participate because it's not about selling your services. It's a very different event to a traditional ones where speaker gives a presentation and then half of the speech is a selling pitch. Nothing wrong with it, but we are focusing more on transformation processes, and then attendees choose to work with speakers after the event. So we formed such a bond between speakers and attendees. It works like magic.
Inga, for those who cannot come because they are already booked to do something else, will you record this event so they can listen to it later?
When Gosha asked me what to do for people who can't attend live, like we have other commitments, maybe the date doesn't work for you, please do check the description. I have a link to masterclasses on demand from the speakers who take part at the live event. And you will benefit, even though it's an online digital representation of masterclasses. It works. It's tested. I've done them myself. Check the link for this digital collection. It's called the Inevitable Success Toolkit, and you will love it.
Well, Inga, I can't wait. Actually, I want to be there already and meet all the speakers because I have not met them. I don't know them.
When we recorded that interview in 2019, Gosha and I had known each other only for about like 6 to 8 months. We met in person only once. I attended her event, which I helped her to promote. And when I invited Gosha as a speaker, she didn't know any of them. And now, 5 years after that first event, we became very close friends, like speakers who took part at that first event. We are very, very close, and it made this collaboration so powerful. And I'm so grateful to every single person, to speakers, but also to attendees who trusted their intuition and joined the event, decided to come. And many of them couldn't explain that pull, but they followed their intuitive voice. And again, check the link and see if your soul is calling you to attend. If not, it's perfectly
Is there
fine.
anything else that you want to say in a closing message that you want to leave people with to inspire them to be visible and share their greatness? What would you like to say to close the conversation?
If you have a dream, so you're not given a dream without the possibility to make it happen. This is, you need to remember when it's tough time. So, and very often life will test us just to see that we really are ready for implementation, and just don't give up. So knowing that your dream is possible and even bigger than it's you imagined, just keep going and serve your customers, share your gifts. So I would say never give up. This would be, even though it's a traditional motivational sentence, but I think it's so important not to give up on our dreams.
Absolutely, absolutely. And my closing message for you all wonderful people, thank you so much for listening to us, is please put the love and following your intuition ahead of your ego. Okay, so if your ego says no, you're too fat, too not good enough, nobody will listen to you, people will judge you, they find you out as a fraud, that's the voice of the ego, that's the voice of the fear. Don't ignore it, but allow the message of your heart to come through. What would give me the biggest joy? What would I do if I had no limitations? If I already had plenty of money in the bank, millions of pounds, how would I be spending my time? Where would I be going? What would I be doing? How would I be contributing to people? If I had no fear whatsoever and I knew that I would succeed. So wherever you are, and particularly if you're listening to this, remember you are brilliant and the world is waiting for you. So looking forward to
that.
So looking forward to seeing you. Thank you so much, Inga, for finding time to talk to us today. And if we don't see you, then I would recommend Inga's tools and all the ebooks that she's created and the programs, because it's very helpful and it's very down to earth. It's intuitive, but at the same time, it's very practical. And sending you lots of love. Have a wonderful time and see you soon.